Shalom, shalom. First, I'm gonna start off this lesson with calling on our power. Call halal, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah Bahasham, Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, teach well, and shalom to the hopeful. And double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, teach well, and shalom to the hopeful elect across the four corners of the earth. Through them, I'm able to, make this lesson. Okay, and I'm gonna call this lesson just love thy neighbor, man, because, Yahweh Shai, he made it pretty easy for us, man. His yoke is not hard, the Lord's commandments are not grievous, man. So, the scriptures say through love is the fulfilling of the commandments. So you should love your neighbor, man. You'll please the Lord way much more, okay? The scriptures say if a man loveth not, he is, he is not born of Yahweh, for Yahweh is love. Because at the end of the day, brother, the Lord is love, okay? And excuse me on the background as well, but, you gotta love your neighbor, man. Okay, the Lord gave us two great commandments, man. And basically, and I can get that scripture real fast, where it say, love worketh no ill will towards his neighbor. Romans 13:10, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. So love is not, love is, you can be a man and love your neighbor, man. That's not something that, you're forbidden of, okay? Basically you don't do wickedness to your neighbor, man, okay? If you can do well to him, or in whatever way you can, then, that will be good, okay? Bear with me. Proverbs 3, verse 28. Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give when thou hast it by thee. Okay, and this is an example of doing good, This is a part of looking out, man, okay? For the Lord is love. What the Lord did for us, he was looking out for us, man. Because we couldn't keep the laws and commandments perfectly. What he did was sent his son. Esau is that wicked, envious man who is a niggar at his own table, okay? Won't do nothing for no one else, man. This is just an example. You can show love in multiple ways. Charity, as it says, as it goes into in the scriptures, man. So, just love your neighbor, man. Okay? It's the fulfilling of the law. Therefore, that's how you can that's how you, and the scriptures say, hatred stirreth up strife, but love covereth all sins. So, the Lord will have mercy surely on a man that, love your neighbors. That love his neighbors. Also, there's a scripture in John, okay? And this backs up, the point that you people that say you love the Lord and hate your brother, you are a liar, man, because you haven't seen the Lord. Again, as it says, 1 John 4, and I'm gonna start at 11. Beloved, if Yahweh so loved us, we ought also to love one another. No man have seen God at any time. If we love one another, Yahweh God dwelleth in us, and his love is perfected in us. Okay? So, yeah, you can't be so spiritual and thinking that, the Lord is just dealing with you automatically when, you haven't seen the Lord, man, personally, man. And he ain't dealing with us personally anyways. He's dealing with us through his son, who is a humble and meek lamb on the earth. Okay? And he didn't come, super, diamond out, golded, he came humble and meek. So that's how, us brothers are. So you got to be, loving your neighbor, man. Okay? Because we know we ain't, you got to love your brother, bro, because we haven't seen the Lord at any time. So don't try to look down on a brother because he just not, he ain't what you think he's supposed to be. I'm gonna go to verse 20. If a man say, I love Yahweh, and hate of his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he have seen, how can he love Yahweh whom he have not seen? Okay, and that backs it up to him too, man. You can't say that you love the Lord and you haven't seen him, And not to mention, you are a huge liar, because this right here will be a condemnation to you. That's why it says, the scriptures are a two-edged sword to you people, man. This is a Jake. The Edomites don't even need to be listening to this, because clearly we know you don't have no love in you. Esau don't even, again, it's not for him. Matthew 22 and verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahweh said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord with all thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. It's like unto it. Okay, again, like it said, his love will be perfected in us if we love one another. Okay? And this is the movie of the Lord. This is how the Lord shows mercy on men, by loving one another, okay? Okay? Going to the scriptures, he say, and this is the same scripture where it speaks about reverencing the elders. It says that he will have mercy, he will have grace on the humble, but he resisteth the proud. For you niggas that try to come against your elders, man, who you learn from, who labored in the word and doctrine, man. Okay, you coming against them, man, trying to move them out the picture. When they was doing what you was doing, when you wasn't here yet, man. You know what I'm saying? But you trying to move them out the picture. That's proud, man. That's what I'm saying. It's likened to it. Okay? It don't make no sense. Okay, because, when men are really trying to do what the Lord wants you to do, you're supposed to, simply put, it's not really that hard. Okay, and that's why the scriptures say, if any man seek wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, who give to all men liberally. Okay, and upbraid or not, it's really simple. Just simply don't have, put malice and wrath away from you. Okay, it's unprofitable. Okay, and then like I say, it's the Lord's movie, and that's how he deals. That's how he deal with us in a huge portion. Okay? Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay? So you're supposed to love your neighbor as you love yourself. On these two commandments hang the law and the prophets. So, yeah, man. So, again, it's not hard, if you don't love the Lord, then, if you don't love your neighbor, then you are a liar, man. It's not super complicated, but, it's always good to go back into the basics for real because, let God be true and every man a liar. So, you got to go back into the basics, and that's what Yahweh Shah said. And the scriptures say there is no private interpretation of the scriptures. That's not a deep, huge, you're not supposed to understand it. Okay. Scriptures say, "Blessed is he that readeth." Scriptures say that this, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So understand, loving your neighbor. Them guys that are telling you, to take the max, and because the scriptures say every man that saith, "Lord, Lord," shall not enter into the kingdom, but those that do the will of my Father which is in heaven. So those who really are doing what the Lord commanded them, those are your brothers, for the most part. So you don't want to go be a blind sheep. Oh, I'm just loving my neighbor, and go do some madness because you loving your neighbor. You got to be wise as a serpent. But other than that, just continue to fear the Lord, man. Love your neighbor, man. Love your brother, man. It's the fulfilling of the law, and that's where we went off at the most part. That's why we're here. Well, that's literally why we're here. It's breaking the law and breaking the commandments, man. I'm gonna get one more precept. Well, the commandment we first broke was really being stiff-necked and not fearing the Lord and making idols. But as far as Israel as a nation, this is spiritually what it is for us, though. It's the understanding to know that when you love your neighbor, you do keep the commandments still, though. Proverbs 4, verse 20. Oh, Salah. Okay, verse 21. He that despiseth his neighbor sinneth, but he that have mercy on the poor, happy is he. So that's madness. Okay, Solomon was putting it as if you are just, you're automatically going off, man. If you hating your brother without a cause, you're sinning. Okay, but to have mercy, happy is he. As the scriptures say, the abundant eye shall be blessed, because he giveth his bread to the poor. The Lord loved meekness and righteousness, period. So with that, I want to say shalom.